Good evening. My name is Chinemerem Joseph and welcome to today's edition of You and the Economy. While signing off on the last edition of the program, we promised to bring you the concluding piece of our report on the Lagos Free Zone project. Now, in two previous episodes on the initiative that we have featured on the program, we dissected the project to our viewers. You heard that it was conceived to make doing business in Nigeria a much easier experience and to also promote the growth and development of Nigeria's economy. As you were told, the core components of the project are its industrial park as well as the Lekki Deep Sea Port, which is the flagship of the project and which, when commissioned, shall be Nigeria's first deep sea port facility. Such is the importance attached to the initiative that, in the course of his visit to the Lekki corridor recently, President Muhammadu Buhari inspected the Lekki Deep Seaport project of the Lagos Free Zone. The first segment of today's edition of the program is devoted to the final piece of our story on the status of the Lagos Free Zone project, which spotlights the support services and facilities offered by the zone. Enjoy the report.
We want to create an environment wherein it creates an ease of doing business for an incoming investor so that they can come to the country and do their business hassle-free. So we want to provide them the right platform and the right kind of business environment upon which they can flourish their business.
For the spirited work that is currently ongoing within the length and breadth of Lagos Free Zone project to be carried out smoothly so that set targets can be met, some support facilities and services must necessarily be put in place in the zone. Such facilities are especially vital for efficient operations by those stakeholders that have already taken advantage of the outstanding advances made in the execution of its industrial park component to move into and operate in the zone. A crucial support service required to make keying into the Lagos Free Zone a rewarding experience is security cover. For one, the provision of security cover offers confidence to companies already operating in the zone, as well as those planning to move into it, that they are safe to conduct their businesses in the location. In addition, the personnel of those companies already operating in the zone, as well as the workers of the construction companies building facilities in the zone, will also be rest assured that they can carry on with their assigned tasks without having to look over their shoulders, knowing that the zone provides security cover to them. This imperative has been met by the Lagos Free Zone Company through the construction of its splendid police station in the zone. The buildings and all the facilities in the complex belong to the Lagos Free Zone, while the Nigeria Police Force posts its personnel to the location to run the station. The station has a vital police post equipped with all the basic infrastructure required for its smooth functioning. Among the basic infrastructure in the police post are a counter, interrogation room, 2 gender-allocated cells and working offices for the policemen on duty at the location. For the welfare of the police personnel deployed to the station, the Lagos Free Zone Company built these residential quarters for their accommodation. Uninterrupted supply of water is also provided with the sinking of a water borehole facility to serve both the residential quarters and all other buildings in the station. There is also uninterrupted supply of electricity too. In addition to taking care of a basic welfare need of the police personnel posted to the station, the residential quarters enable the police post to function round the clock.
So it gives investors comfort knowing that, oh, we have a police station around the corner, and so in terms of security, investors are actually rest assured that there's enough security around.
Of course, that has implications for trying to do business in an efficient manner. So the fact that there is a dedicated police station, it provides us with a lot of comfort, safety and security. You know, petty theft won't be around, loitering, theft, all of those things that you would typically worry about. Potential lawlessness. These things are no longer challenges when you know you have that facility in place. And these are things that ultimately affect investment decisions. You know, when investors are looking to invest, one of the things they're looking at is there proper and adequate security? Is there somewhere we can go to report if things have gone wrong? You know, is there someone or a group of people that we can speak to who can tell us what's going on? It almost becomes like a neighborhood watch type of a situation. But having a police post there on ground is critical to be able to being able to provide that level of safety, security, and comfort to companies such as ourselves.
This fire station is yet another crucial support facility provided by the Lagos Free Zone Company to deal with any fire outbreak, either at the locations of the industries already operating in the zone or even at the construction sites. The fire station is wholly owned by the Lagos Free Zone Company, and it complements the independent firefighting arrangements put in place by the other stakeholders operating in the zone at their respective locations. The Lagos Free Zone Fire Station operates a 24-hour shift and has 2 ultra-modern fire tenders. One dispenses water and the other foam. The presence of the support facility has further endeared the Lagos Free Zone to its targeted audiences.
What they've done is create what I call a center of excellence. One of the things you need is fire protection. So, you know, we have the confidence of knowing that we can invest a lot of money in a facility on the ground there, knowing that the fire securities are on our doorstep. Without fire security, without kind of security of, you know, personnel, etc., you're just not going to get investors, whether domestic investors or foreign investors, to bring the funds into the country to help to make the changes that we need to make happen.
Although operators statutorily put in place very strict safety measures to avert them, accidents still do occur fairly often in the workplaces of the companies operating in the industrial parks and at the construction sites. Occasionally too, workers do take ill quite unexpectedly. In designing its deliverables, the promoters of the Lagos Free Zone took these possibilities into consideration. They therefore built and equipped a standard emergency care center at the zone. The well-equipped emergency care center is run for the Lagos Free Zone Company by the popular Vidic Life Care Hospital, a reputable hospital chain in the country. The center operates all the basic units required by a hospital of its size to render emergency services and to stabilize its patients before they're referred to bigger hospitals should the need arise. The Lagos Free Zone Company has also been using the facility to build bridges of friendship with neighboring communities by admitting and treating very critical emergency cases from those communities.
Our facility is well equipped like a hospital. We have state-of-the-art infrastructure. It's equipped enough to even perform a minor surgery. So we ensured we put all those things in place. And it's fully equipped. We have 2 ambulances on ground. We also have expert doctors in place. We also have about 3 consultants. We have over 7 nurses. So everyone is always on ground. There's also an in-house pharmacy. We've had different situations whereby different indigenes of the host community have had to bring patients there. So that has come in handy, and a lot of times we ask ourselves, if that facility wasn't there, we wouldn't have been able to offer this help that we have given the host community. In as much as the medical facility is set up for the enterprises in the zone or for tenants existing in the zone, we also lend help in hand where it needed, where there's an emergency. So that has been very helpful for the community, and the community is very grateful for that.
In all, the remarkable achievements recorded in the execution of all the core components of the Lagos Free Zone project bear testament to the fact that when pursued with vigor, and if backed by the necessary financial support, a well thought out vision ultimately triumphs. The impressive milestones also underscore the fact that oftentimes too, dreams can be realized even when they had appeared overly ambitious at the onset. While it is true that the Lagos Free Zone Company project received financial support from diverse sources, the drivers of the project, the Lagos Free Zone Company, do acknowledge that the funding from the CBN, particularly the funds accessed by the company pre-outbreak of COVID-19, played a significant role in promoting the impressive successes recorded in the execution of the project in the past 2 years. Kudos that are indeed well earned by the CBN.
This facility, we took it just before the pandemic hit the country, and we have seen over this 2 years how this has helped us to move forward, and without any kind of entrenchment and other stuff, we have been able to deliver what we had promised. One was a particular reason was about the support which we got from the Central Bank of Nigeria. So I would say to develop the economy, to get the real benefit of made in Nigeria product, the efforts which have been taken by CBN is commendable, and that should continue.
Like in every country, the central bank has a full role in the economic development of the country. So for here also, for the development of zone also, CBN has played a major role by helping us in every other part, in every time, in every discussions. We have been well listened to, and we have been well thought of. So whatever has happened, it has been happened from a joint effort with CBN.
I've never missed words in saying that these are the kind of industrialists that really need our support, and we will not rest on our hours to the extent that we must make sure that whatever you need from my side, whether you need Naira loans through our interventions, or you need dollars to import your equipment and plants and the rest of them, we will continue to accord due priority to ensure that you get what you need, because we know that in giving you those kind of supports, these are all meant to help grow our economy, create jobs for our people, and develop Nigeria.
Moving forward, the Lagos Free Zone Company is set to flag off the development of the business hub of its Free Zone project, and it will feature a banking cluster where banks will operate and avail stakeholders in the zone of their services. And what a befitting tribute this component shall be to the Central Bank of Nigeria for the laudable role it played in the funding of the Lagos Free Zone project.
You're welcome back. With that, we draw the curtain on the first of our mini-series on the Lagos Free Zone project, which reviewed the status of its execution. We hope to keep you updated on the project, especially by September 2022, when the construction of its deep seaport component is due for completion. Now, we move from the big to the small for the second segment of today's episode of the program. From the Toleram Group, an acclaimed giant in Nigeria's industrial sector, to a small business enterprise which deals in the provision of a key component needed to bring to fruition one of the most lofty and cherished dreams of humankind, the desire to own a roof over one's head. This is the story of Majestic Block Industry in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, which benefited from one of the intervention schemes of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The story, once again, reaffirms that the interventions of the CBN are meant for the benefit of all cadres of the society, regardless of background, affiliations, and status. And just as a mighty tolerant group can benefit from these schemes, this story shows that a small and relatively unknown business enterprise like Majestic can do so too. We now take the concluding segment of today's edition of the program with the story of Majestic Block Industry.
For Anselm to be seen here taking stock of the output of his cement block molding industry, the tides have changed full cycle, and for the better too. All thanks to the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN, which, through one of its intervention programs, restored hope and optimism in the life of the Ibadan-based small-scale business entrepreneur. Now, he has become a key player at this popular block molding hub, located in Eleyele axis of the ancient city. Hope was restored for the businessman through this thriving block molding business after life had literally collapsed for Anselm. That was when all his life savings invested in a thriving waste paper recycling business went up in flames following a tragic fire incident which consumed his entire stock of waste paper and led him into a pathetic life of near penury. Out of job and savings, and unable to cater to the needs of his family, Anselm dreamt of a venture focusing on non-perishable products and settled on a block-making industry to start afresh for a rebound on a trajectory of success in his life's journey. To bring his new dream to fruition, Anselm decided to receive tutelage for the venture as an apprentice. And after he was finally equipped with the experience he needed, Anselm scooped funds together, only to realize that he could only start off on a casual scale and would at best remain just a bit player in the block molding business in Ibadan. That was until the then despairing businessman heard of the loan available under the Agri-Business Small and Medium Enterprises Investment Scheme, AXMIS, of the CBN, for which he promptly applied in July 2019. The scheme provides loans to successful applicants at a concessionary single-digit interest rate with other associated favorable terms. To Anselm's pleasant surprise, his application for an AXMIS loan was approved by the CBN in January 2020, thus granting him and his then new but struggling business a fresh lease of life. Anselm reflects on his experience in subscribing successfully for the CBN's AXMIS.
I was looking for a place to get loan through my bank officer. But their bank was not coming up. They are looking out for collateral, which I don't have. Eventually, she introduced me to this Oyo State Central Bank skill acquisition that are holding at Samanda. I went for the training. So after which we submit all our documents to the central bank. So I was called for the interview. And I happened to be one of those that loan was given to expand my business. So we assessed the loan sometime last year. I was even doubting it, but at a time when I was called for interview at Central Bank, that is when I know that it is real. And the money, when they disburse the money, I say, God is great. Because these days, before you're able to get there, you have somebody on top who will assist to lift you up. But with Central Bank intervention, it's open to everybody, to every citizen.
Today, Anselm has been able to realize his objective of expanding his business. The shrewd businessman that he is, Anselm bought additional block molding machines, power generating sets, as well as 2 delivery trucks. He also increased the inventory of cement required by his company to sustain increased output, such that almost always Majestic Block had enough quantity of cement to drive its business. When you and the economy visited Majestic, our crew was welcomed by telltale signs that spoke to the thriving business that the venture was operating.
Before the loan, I had one machine operating, working with. So, but when I got the loan, I was able to erect another machine on the same premises, making it two. Out of the loan, I was able to access 3 generators and a vehicle to distribute the materials to supply customers. So that are the things I have got from this loan, and it's helping the business to grow. Before this loan, nobody can assist me in improving my business, but with the little help I have from this loan issue, I was able to perfect some of my job.
The remarkable expansion of Anselem's block-making business has been matched by an equal improvement in the quality of its products, as well as a huge boost in patronage.
I've been buying my own blocks from Majestic since 2020, and I don't have any complaint with it. And my workers, sometimes I come and order from him, say there's no market. People too, they have so many customers that I want to attend to. So I'm not went to go and buy the blocks from another place. My workers, they also complain that the block is not good, maybe we should wait for him. So since then, I've been buying block from him. I don't have any complaint. His block is very, very strong. He's okay with me, and his price is okay. So that's why I stay with him. So you don't have any issue with it. If Majestic tell you, okay, don't worry, you will get your material tomorrow morning, don't doubt about it. Don't doubt about it.
Majestic Block Industry has been doing so well after it accessed the CBN AXMIS loan that has now established a second outlet at Ologun in the axis of Erua Road, a community on the outskirts of Ibadan, to cater to the demands of the customers who come all the way from that axis to Eleyele to purchase its blocks.
I got another outlet, another branch where I still open another block making. That was around the Ologun area to help my customers that are coming from far. So to assist them on my block, because most people, they like my block because of the strength. So and they're coming from far. And those coming from far distance, I spend much on moving it down there. So I have to get another site over there to assist them. So we are now having 3 machines working. So that's the expansion I got from this loan. So, and the business is moving.
The vastly improved performance of Majestic Block Industry has impacted positively on the fortunes of its proprietor, Anselem. According to him, with increased income, and while also servicing his loan obligations diligently, he has become better placed to meet his responsibilities both to himself and his family. And for this profound upliftment, Anselem is most grateful to the CBN.
So I have been looking for these opportunities to help my business and help my families. This loan have contributed to my progress in solving some of my domestic expenses. Because as you can know, these days there are a high cost of living. But with this loan and the work I'm doing, it was able to assist me in offsetting certain bills. More kudos to Central Bank for the intervention. With this loan, those of us that access it, I think it have a good impact in our life. And we pray that this loan will go wide to some other people that have not accessed it.
As you have seen, the interventions of the CBN in the economy surely work. from the big to the small, tales abound of how the interventions have changed fortunes and impacted positively on the Nigerian economy. Ideas that were once thought to be pipe dreams have come to fruition through the interventions of the CBN in the economy. One challenge that the interventions, however, continue to contend with is skepticism on the part of those they are designed for, particularly small and medium enterprises, where there is a pervasive notion that an applicant needs to be strongly connected in the Nigerian context for their request to be approved. This erroneous impression has turned off many otherwise likely beneficiaries. To help correct this wrong impression, you and the economy will continue to bring you the stories of several successful applicants who assessed funds by keying into CBN intervention schemes, even as such applicants had no so-called backing from anybody whatsoever to process their requests successfully. We thank you so much for watching today's edition of the program and look forward to you joining us again next week when we bring you yet another exciting edition of the program. Until then, it's bye-bye.